Good day. Hope everybody's having a good one out there. So I recently did a video about the all the singers of Nightwish, and it really made me realize how I've been learning about this band kind of in reverse. But I've really come to realize that every singer has had their part in making the band what it is today. And I also find it very interesting with the similarities between Floor and Tarja, and how they've been friends for years and everything, and um, the way that they sing, the way they were taught, everything. It's really cool to see the approach that each singer takes, and it's again, it's what's made Nightwish what it is today. But I thought it would be neat to learn some more about Tarja and her thoughts with this metal injection questioning. I was recommended that there was some good questions in this one that I might appreciate. So I thought we could appreciate it together. So let's check it out. It's Tarja on the first song she ever sang. Many more personal stories.
Favorite song of Act 2 and why?
Act 2 is a live album, and as a live album, always a challenge, and for a singer, always a challenge. I would say my favorite track on that album is the acoustic set. It just has many songs. It's a medley, an acoustic medley, and I always enjoy doing the acoustic songs because it's the only part in a show kind of where I can really unite with my musicians.
What is the most difficult song to perform for you?
Maybe one of the most challenging songs for me to sing live is Victim of Ritual. Ritual. It has a really huge range.
Who do you consider an influence on your singing?
There are plenty of influences actually, not necessarily only from female singers, because it's hard for me to find a singer like me, sort of. But I would say one of the biggest influences still in my career would be Kate Bush.
What is something most people don't know about you?
People might consider me as a very dramatic drama queen or something like that. I'm when I get back home, do not wear any makeup. I am a cleaning addict person, so I keep my house like impeccable. I'm a housewife, mother of a 6-year-old. And so when I get to hit the stages, I'm a performer, I'm an artist, but when I'm at home, I'm done with it.
What is your karaoke song of choice?
Karaoke is not in my list of things that I do.
I know, right?
What is your go-to band when you just want to enjoy music?
When I am driving a car, I need to listen to good music. So I would say Avenged Sevenfold, the latest album from Avenged Sevenfold. That will do it. Keep me on the road.
How do you go about finding stage clothes?
I'm very blessed that I have found really great clothes designers. One of them being a very good friend of mine, Sirja from Finland. She's actually the only childhood friend I have still in my life. I can design my clothes together with her. She's just
That's cool.
Real for me.
I actually wondered,
Julia from
like, if
Nordenfeld. I have a sponsorship.
she finds these things or has them made.
Nordenfeld. So it's very important for me to find good performing clothes so that they feel comfortable on a stage.
Yeah,
That's
it gets hot up there.
music.
Anybody that underestimates the heat that is on stage, I can tell you that just a few of like one string of them lights being on and pointing at you, it's like feeling a bunch of little suns and you can really feel the heat from it. I've always, it's like, you know, wearing dark clothes still has the same effect. You know, when you have lights of, you know, different kinds of whatever, you really tend to get the, but I always wonder, like, how do women not sweat as much as, I think they wear it and hide it better. And they also are more practical about some of the clothes that they pick. So it might breathe a little bit better. So yeah, I actually was curious.
Is one of the happiest days of your career?
One of my happiest days of my career is actually every day of my career.
That's an awesome answer.
When I go to see my fans, when I really hit the stage, every day is the happiest day of my life. I would become a very miserable person if I would not be able to do what I love the most, to perform.
What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid of spiders. No, I'm afraid that one day I would lose my voice. That will be a nightmare, obviously. I'm really not afraid of that in a way that I don't really think of those kind of things, but that would be my biggest fear.
What is the best advice you've ever been given?
My mom was an extraordinary, lovely person, and unfortunately she's not here anymore, but the thing that she taught me in life was that you always need to keep your feet on the ground, your head up high in the heaven, in the sky, but your feet on the ground, and no matter what, no matter in which life situations you might be, that's the only way to go. Be humble. And the other thing is to realize that music keeps you humble. There is no other way. Music has always something to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your profession outside of music?
If I would need to find a profession outside of music, it would be very, very tough for me, but I think it must have something to do with the theater anyway. I love to be in front of an audience, so I would definitely and hopefully have still the voice to speak. Maybe it would be acting, something like that.
What is the first song you ever learned to sing?
I could see her
My
playing
first
movies.
song that I ever learned to sing was Enkeli Taivaan. It's a very religious song from these little religion books.
Like a gospel.
It's a song in Finnish. I was trying to learn the lyrics when I was, I think, 3 years old or something, and I got to perform that song for a live audience when I was 3 years old. And my mother, obviously, I don't remember anything of that performance, but my mother told me that they handed me over a table because they could hear me singing, but nobody could see where I'm singing. So they put me on a table and I sang the song, and I completely invented my own lyrics. So that was the song, but I sang the melody.
What is a misconception metalheads have about opera?
I think every one of you, or everyone that is considering opera being something like something complicated or something that you would not understand or something that you would never attend, you should go. But please do not go to see an opera that lasts 3 hours, or like you need to go to see Mozart's Magic Flute, for example. Go to see that opera and you will fall in love with opera.
What was the worst show you have ever played?
Probably one of the first concerts ever with Nightwish, definitely, because you know the whole, not that it has been the technical problems and technical issues are making your shows bad in general. Not the public, not the environment, not the venue, but the technical issues usually. And I don't remember, but there were many of those shows that I could not hear what I'm singing, or hear the guitar player or keyboard player, and it's a disaster. So
some of the biggest problems that even if the crowd isn't experiencing a bad sound man or a bad sound situation, the band most certainly is, and they can have you would think, like, as an audience member, they find it kind of hard to believe that you're on stage and you can't hear the guy that's on stage with you. Nope, I can't hear over there. I can only hear me or the drummer, or I can hear me and what's coming out of my monitor. The the amount that can go wrong, and at the same time, musicians played for years without monitors in their ear and all that. They depended on the sound system alone. And even aside from that, there's been plenty of bands that play and can barely hear themselves or each other, even a little. So, a band as intricate and with as many things going on as Nightwish, yeah, I can imagine it only has to take a few things to go wrong for that to spiral out of control really fast. And about the opera thing, I think it's kind of interesting how, like, when I was growing up, if you ask somebody what they like for music or whatever, and you find somebody that was, pretty open about music, they would say, well, I like all music, but I don't like country or opera, or I don't like rap or opera. Opera would always be one of those things. And I think it's so neat how metal has given people an appreciation for opera or operatic type performances or vocals that they would never appreciate otherwise. But because it's in that setting, it's suddenly this amazing, beautiful thing, because it's been framed in a way that you can appreciate it more. And that's again, the magic and the power and the beauty of music, that different things in different settings can totally come across totally different. Imagine that. So it's I just think it's kind of a neat irony that that metal, of all genres, has been the one that's given so much appreciation to opera and operatic singing. It's a neat kind of irony that I think it's awesome.
Probably being one of those first shows in Finland that ever I got to perform with Nightwish in the beginning of my career.
Do you have any pre or post show rituals?
I have rituals. I'm a victim of ritual, like one of my songs. I have to get ready for my shows. A couple of hours before the shows, I have to be alone and start warming up my body for the concert, even before my voice, the body. I have plenty of exercises that I'm doing, physical exercises, breathing exercises, and then the vocal exercises.
Yeah.
And amongst those exercises, obviously, I'm preparing my makeup, my hair, and all that. It's kind of like it's a ritual, as you say. It's a ritual I needed. Some alone time before the show.
Rob Halford's talked a lot about
After
vocal
show,
warm-ups being so important.
I need to close my backstage door, be alone, again, get rid of all the tensions from the show. Is physical. I really need to take care of my body and the voice, pre and post.
If your life was a song title, what would it be?
Live Your Dreams would be the song title of my life. Or
good way to be.
Song of mine. Live Your Dreams.
What is your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness is my heart. That's the biggest weakness, seriously. I can't do music without my heart.
Right.
My heart tells me if I'm on a wrong track, and I tend to listen to it every day.
What is your favorite junk food?
My favorite junk food is French fries. I used to love hamburgers, but I cannot eat them anymore because I'm having some gluten issues. So even though there are some gluten-free hamburgers which are pretty awesome, but French fries, let that be my junk food. Let me have at least a little bit of it.
If you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would it be?
I would so love to be in my own bed at this moment, at my own home, just the bed and the room.
Not here.
And me. Nothing else. Solitude. Peace.
How would you describe your fans around the world?
My fans are the
They're
most
awesome.
insanely beautiful people. I have gathered around a bunch of crazy beautiful people, very loyal to me, very loyal to my art, but also very loyal to me personally. I've been very blessed to have all these people around, and I really hope they know that there wouldn't be me without them.
You know, one of the I have to add to that, because one of the best fan bases I have ever met, without it, is got to be Nightwish. I mean, there's, I've talked a lot about like the fan bases with like Japanese music, but there's a whole cultural thing that's also mixed in there, and how they act at shows, and how they act towards musicians and stuff like that. So they're but even with all the look, metal, a lot of people, they put a lot of their feelings in, this is music that moves them, and they take it very personal, and people can get very heated if, say, somebody has a different opinion, or they can even be those, what we've all heard of as like gatekeeping and all that. And it really amazes me that a band with this much kind of lore and history, and just heart and soul, that the fan base is the way it is. Everybody is, for the most part, very accepting of everybody's opinion, because there's this big mutual thing that we all love this band, and we don't want to disrespect it by shaming any part of it, including its fan base, in any way. And the acceptance of newcomers, and like myself, and just the way that I've been like kind of chaperoned around and pointed in the right directions and everything. And if I needed to be corrected on something, or needed to be more aware of something that I might have misspoke about, or whatever, it's never met with any like hostility or anything like that. It's always, here's all the information you need to know, and just right from the get-go, right from the beginning, it has just been such an awesome fan base to be a part of. And I think a lot of other fan bases could do a bit of learning. I'll just put it that way. But I think though, a lot of times that's what gets in the way, or makes certain fan bases look bad or whatever, is how personal people take this music. And it's kind of a testament to how good the music is, and how much it's touched people and changed their lives. And for a band like Nightwish to do those things, and still maintain not only a loyal fan base, but an appreciative and nice fan base, it says a lot. It really does. And yeah, y'all really, I mean it. Other fan bases could really learn a thing or two, because yeah, it's been a pleasure learning. You know, there's been so many times that I've just strayed away from, well, I was going to dig more into that, but if I have to tolerate these kind of people being this way with this kind of attitude, I'll do that on my own personal time. I'm not going to do it, you know, where I involve, you know, communities. And and that's sad because there's a lot of music that kind of gets closed off to people because their own fan base unknowingly turns people away. And yeah, that is not the case that I have found at all with Nightwish, and very appreciative because it's been really cool learning about this band. Like I said, in reverse, but I'm trying to kind of scatter around about it now. I've got some documentaries I'm really going to be looking into, some other things we're going to watch together and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm impressed with so many levels of this band right down through the fan base that, you know, it's kind of hard to put all in one encompassing, you know, sentence how, you know, awesome that the experience has been and continues to be, you know. And now I'm looking forward to being a part of this community with a new release, so I can like experience this in real time with everybody, and you know, being you know, to be a part of these conversations in, you know, in the present instead of past tense, is going to be really cool. You know, and I encourage anybody that hasn't already, that sat here and listened to me ramble this long about this band, please go check out Nightwish and all of the different levels. This is the thing with Nightwish, is you have an embarrassment of riches. There is several styles, several just ways that you can get into this band. You can start from the beginning, the middle, start from today and work backwards. Definitely check out that Wacken show and Awaken or whatever it's called, because whoa, that's awesome. And there's so many Wembley, there's so many kick-ass live shows that you can really get a crash course. And you can check out some awesome reaction videos from yours truly if you'd like. I mean, you know, if you want. I hope everybody out there is having a good day. If you've hung around and stayed this long, sorry to ramble on so long. It's been really cool stuff. And I hope everybody's having a good day out there. I hope it's going as good as it can be. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.